So we are here at last, the second round of the Ultimate Supermarket Lager Championship. Oh, can't wait for this second round because now we're really going to get some really good beers tested against each other. So, the first thing we're going to do before we even get near to introducing the beers is we're going to have a look at the table, what's happened with the table so far. A little roundup of the first round. So, first round, first matchup, the Spaten went through against the Sam Smith's Lager, as you can see there. Schneider beat the Singha. We've got Augustina Edelstoff, which went through against the Ilkley Slate Lager. It was fairly close, if I remember rightly. Lowenbrow beat the Saltaire Helles. Rudgate Pilsner took on a Paulaner, which was not the best bottle of Paulaner I've ever had in my life, but the Rudgate Pilsner was good, deserved to go through. We got the Westmorlander Lakes that went through against the Veltins, which the Veltins wasn't very good. The ABK Hell and the Bitburger Pils was a very close run thing, but the Bitburger Pils won on that one. Staropramen, Czech brewed Staropramen, very, very strong. Went past the Hofbrau Original without a great deal of trouble, booking that slot in the second round. They're the first ones we're going to be doing, but let's have a look at the other half. We had the Dupler moving in past the M&S Czech Pilsner, which was very poor indeed. The Jaeger beat the Bangler, which wasn't much better. The Eyinger Hell beat the Westmorlander Helles, which I think was, I think the Westmorlander Helles was alright, but the Eyinger Hell was amazing. Tuborg Fici went up against the Benedictina Hell and beat it. That was really nice. I was really impressed with that. Tegerns Air Hell, one of the standout ones, making it past the Krombacher. Two amazing beers there. That was quite a close one. The Hochstone Lager beat the Bohlen Pilsner, getting its place in the second round. Augustina Hell there against the Saltaire Pilsner. And we ended up with FS Draft, which wasn't brilliant, but it was much better than the Wheatwood Pilsner, which is the one that it went through against. So there you go. That is the table in a nutshell. And we are now through to the second round. And the second round is going to be against two beers, which I don't have ready, which I should have ready. So let's get them out of the fridge. The Schneider Hell and the Spaten. So we've got the Schneider Hell and we've got the Spaten all ready to go. Straight out of the fridge, and they're actually a nice coldness there. Actually, they're not absolutely icy cold. But there you go. So the Spaten, which went through against the Sam Smith's Lager, the Schneider Hell that went through against the Singha. This is going to be a really nice thing. This is where I'm really going to start enjoying this competition because all the beers I'm going to be drinking now are going to be good. Let's get these guys cracked open and poured into glasses. Okay, beers poured. And let's have a little look at them first. So, before I go any further, for people who want to play along at home, this is which one, or who don't want to play along at home, this is which one is which. Okay, that was which one was which. So we've got the same glasses, it's going to do the same style, it's blind. They had bigger heads in this when they were poured, but they have gone down quite quickly. The heads look almost identical, really. This one's possibly got a little bit larger bubbles than this one, but they do look very, very similar indeed. I think this was poured with a slightly bigger head than this one, so that's why the heads are slightly different sizes. But yeah, let's let's have a little look at them. So use the same glasses. What am I talking about? I don't know. Right, so let's have a look at the colours. So they do look very similar. In fact, they look exactly the same colour-wise. They do look identical colour-wise. They do look very, very similar indeed. Yeah, not much more I can say about the look. They're both a very pale straw colour. They both look very similar. They've both got nice fluffy heads. Nothing more to say about that. Okay, let's do a bit of nosing now. So I'm going to nose this one, the Budvar glass. A little bit syrupy, a little bit lemony, a little bit grassy, a little bit malty. It smells absolutely delicious. It smells clean. It smells almost Pilsner-esque. It's got a little bit of Pilsner kind of smell to it, which I wouldn't have expected from either of these beers, but there you go. Yeah, quite strong on the lemoniness. It really smells nice though. I feel like I'm really going to enjoy drinking this one. Okay, let's have a look at the other one. Let's try this one. So we're going to have a nose on this one now. Very different, this one. This one's a bit spicier. It's got a spicy nose to it. A bit more fragrant, still lemoniness in there. There's a bit of orange in there as well. Quite fruity on the nose, really. Bit of grapefruit in the nose as well. So that's got a more complex nose, but I do prefer the nose on that one. Well, I've got some water somewhere as well. I'm just going to grab my water to move in the table. Let's grab this water, because we need to have a proper swill at these stages now, because these are getting better. So let's continue a little bit more on this one for the nose. I'm picking up a little bit spicy. There's a little bit of pepperiness on the nose as well. But that smells really nice as well, actually. I'm really enjoying the nose on both of these. It's got a much more complex nose than this one. This one smells much more like a really good lager. This one smells almost like a crafty lager. So there you go, that's the difference between them, but they both look the same. Anyway, there we go. So, yeah, really nice. This has got a really nice typical kind of Helles smell. I reckon with a pinch of Pilsner in there, in the nose. This one has like got a real crafty lager vibes to it. Yeah, anyway, I don't want to smell these anymore now, I want to drink them, so. Have a nice little swill out. Going in for this one. Cheers. Lovely smooth mouthfeel. Really drinkable. Really smooth. Refreshing. Got a little bit of dryness to it. A little bit of sweetness. Really well balanced. Really enjoying it. Yeah, nothing fancy about it. Nothing special. Just a really tasty lager. That's what I'm saying about that one. Okay, going in for this one now. Cheers. Now that one's different. This one's drier. Again, really refreshing, really tasty. Got a dry bite to it. Very nice lager, this one with a little bit of spice. So, I mean, I think in some rounds, this is, or in some matchups, this round is already going to become a bit of a nonsense, because these are really nice and it's going to be so hard to choose between them. I'll drink them a bit longer, but these rounds are going to get, from now on, really, with the exception of a few of them, some of these rounds are going to be so hard to decide. We could have two winners here. These could be the best two beers in the whole thing, but they're up against each other, so let's keep going. So it's a little bit more rustic. It's got a bit more rustic taste to it. There's a little bit of oranginess in there, a little bit of spiciness in there. This one, let's have another go on this one. We'll go from one to the other now. Yeah, that one, I thought going from that one to that one that this one tastes a bit sweet, but it doesn't. It's got a lovely dryness to it. Quite low bitterness, if that's your bag. But there is a little bit of bitterness to it. It's not really, it's, you know, there is some bitterness, it's just not, there's not a lot of it. Such nice balance to it, there really is. I'm going to have to live with these beers for a little bit longer to decide which one is better. See, this one is perfect. It's perfect. It's just, this is a perfect lager. It just is, to me. It's everything I look for in a lager. Maybe not perfect, but flawless is what I would say. I'd possibly say flawless rather than perfect, because perfect implies there's nothing could be better than it. But I'm expecting to have a lot of flawless lagers in this second round, and this is a flawless lager. And if I got a lager, I'd want one that's a bit dry, a bit of bitterness, a little bit of malt, a bit of biscuitiness, a bit of breadiness, nice and smooth, nice and refreshing. This has it all. So does this. But this has a little bit of something else, which I'm not sure whether it kind of makes it better, but then also makes it worse at the same time. So I think it's maybe unbalancing it slightly. That kind of spicy taste, the orange peel in there. That kind of rusticness, I'm not sure whether I'm liking that as much as this one. But I don't know. It's very hard to decide between these two. So it's going to be one of those where I'm going to lean more to one than the other. So which one? So obviously I've got some more of this in the fridge. Which one am I looking forward to drinking more out of these two? Might be something about that tastes a little bit off. Possibly a tiny bit of that cardboardiness that you get sometimes. Yeah, I'm not appreciating the flavour of this as much of this one. This one is clean as a whistle. This one is really good. This one is amazing. This one is not quite amazing. So for that reason, this one I could drink all day long. On a hot day in the sun, give me a crate of this and I will demolish it. And this one, I don't think I'd want more than one. It's interesting. It's nice. It's got a lot going for it, an awful lot going for it. There's nothing wrong with it, but I can't imagine having more than one of them. These I could drink them all day long. So for that reason, this one's going through. This one is going through to the quarterfinals now. I think it might be the quarterfinals. This one's going through to the quarterfinals. And this one is out, unfortunately. Having a guess on what they think they are. Well, I remember the Schneider Helles having kind of like a spicy note to it and a little bit more of a rustic flavour to it. I'm thinking that's the Schneider Helles. That would win, I think, against some Helles beers, against a lot of Helles beers, to be honest. I think just being a really nice Helles, and you know I like my Helleses, as everyone knows, just being a really nice standard Helles is great, but this has a little bit more to it. But this one's so good. This one is really nice. Right now, this is tasting better than I remember a lot of the other Helleses I've tasted in the first round, including this one. In fact, this is the Spaten, I'm assuming. This tastes better than I remember the Spaten tasting in the first round. But it might have been just because it was a long time ago. I don't remember. So there we go. I think this is the Spaten. I think this is the Schneider. This one's going through. Let's find out if I'm right. Okay, the answers are in. And, yep, I'm right. So this was the Schneider. Very nice beer. Very nice beer, this. It's a bit different. If you want a Hell with a bit of a twist, this is really nice. It's really rustic. It's really great. It's, I say, it's called it Schneider Helles, but it says Land Brewery. I don't know whether it's trying to be a Helles. I wouldn't call it Schneider Helles unless it was. And it is. It's a Helles with a little bit more of a rustic flavour, a little bit of a spicy note to it, a little bit of citrus. But this one, wow! I remember really liking Spaten when I had it a bit ago. I don't remember being absolutely bowled over by it when I did it in the first round of the championship, but I know it is a really, really good beer. So yeah, what can I say? Spaten is through to the quarterfinal. The first beer through to the quarterfinal. Schneider, I'm going to look forward to finishing you later, but unfortunately, you didn't make it. Down by the wayside, but it's an absolutely cracking beer. Better than a lot of the beers that are in this second round, let's face it. But here we go. So, Spaten, original from Munich. I think it's a beer that's been going quite some time. It's a cracking beer. It's through to the quarterfinal. What more can I say? That's it. Spaten's through. Here we go. Can't wait for the next one. Until next time, have a good one.